All right, guys, this is the first time bringing Casper off the property, and that brings me to my next point. From early stage, I take them away from their friends because I don't want a barn sour horse. Another thing I do to prevent a horse from being barn sour is I end the sessions a lot of the times, not every single time, but I end their sessions off the property. So I'll do, their training session on the property, and I'll go on a walk up the street and end it there. So they start to think that if they leave the property, that's where they're potentially gonna have their session come to an end. So that's just a little pointer. Again, this is a one-year-old gelding that first time ever walking off the property, and he's doing really well. So we've just got over to this place that's a little bit drier in my neighborhood, and we're gonna do some groundwork. And the reason why I think this is so important is because it builds more confidence in the horse, and it adds more depth to their mental maturity. So when I go to get on, again, they're gonna be more mentally mature than if I just stay in my round pen or just stay on my property. There's more distractions. There's things that they've never seen before. Like a couple minutes ago, a quad drove by, and this is the first time Casper's ever been off my property. So we've got cars driving by. They're already getting used to that because I do ride around the neighborhood quite a bit once I start riding these horses. And one thing I just want to mention is when you're working with young horses, you never want to be scared, but you do want to be aware. And there's a big difference. I'm aware of all my surroundings. I'm aware that he might get spooked as that car drives by, but I'm not scared. And part of that comes from experience, but do your best to be aware, be ready, but don't be scared. Okay, so I'm gonna start to do some groundwork here. Again, he's never done groundwork off the property, so I'm just gonna point. He's got that quad coming, and I'm not gonna ask for a lot. We're kind of starting over here. See, he's getting a little close to me right there. That's okay. I'm gonna ask him to pay attention to me and not that quad. Okay, I'm gonna change direction. Good. He got close to me. That's okay. Okay, that brings me to a very important point that I stress to a lot of the people I give lessons to. Anytime you're around your horse, you want to constantly have it in the back of your mind that you do not want to move your feet back. Okay, I'm going to look back on this video, but when he came close to me, I think I took a half a step back like that. And in the horse's world, that's huge. Okay, you don't want to do that. So I'm going to look back. I may have made that mistake, and that's okay. But the point is I see so many people moving their feet for their horse. And it's not a big deal the first time you do it. It's not a big deal the second time, but it corrodes the respect that your horse has for you. Every step that you take back around the trailer when you're leading them, if he came close to me right there and I took a half a step back, again, it's like the water running down this dirt road. If it rains for 1 minute, it doesn't make a difference. If it rains all day long, there starts to get little ruts in the road because the water corrodes the dirt over time. Okay, so it's that same philosophy. So again, if I did it once, it's not gonna change this horse's life. But if I don't focus on not moving my feet, see, I'm gonna stay right here. I need him to move his feet for me. So I'm gonna intentionally change directions and not move my feet. Even if he comes close to me. See how he's watching out for me? See, if right there you're uncomfortable and you take a step back, that's the difference between an experienced trainer making progress on a young horse like this quicker than someone else doing it for their first time. It's not that it's bad, but that's why you're watching these videos, is to learn those little nuances that end up making a big difference during the life of this horse. So keep that in mind and don't shuffle your feet around for your horse. If anything, walk and make your horse move their feet. Okay? Stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one.